Task: adjust indirect fire. Test conditions: during daylight, the candidate is given 1 by 50,000 scale map of the target area, protractor, binoculars, radio set on proper frequency, compass, pencil, 6 indirect rounds notional, a target, and a grid location of friendly troops. Test standards: within 3 minutes, formulates and transmit the initial call for fire of target identification. 2. Within 45 seconds, gives adjustments once previous round has impacted. 3. Within 6 rounds, observer must transmit fire for effect to FDC. Let me have your attention. At this point, you're required to adjust indirect fire. You will formulate a call for fire using the grid method of locating the target. This call for fire must be submitted to the Fire Direction Center, FDC, within 3 minutes after the target has been identified. You must prepare and submit this call for fire in sequence using proper radio procedures. The initial call for fire must bring the round within 250 meters of the target. A maximum of 6 rounds may be used, and the 6th round fire for effect must land within 50 meters of the target. When I say begin, you will have 3 minutes to make your initial call for fire and 45 seconds for each adjustment. You must fire for effect by your 6th correction. Do you understand what you must do?
Yes.
Performance measures. 1. Adjust indirect fire. A. Formulates and transmit the initial call for fire. B. Locates the target by grid coordinates within 250 meters of the actual location. At this point, the candidate is then locating the enemy using the map and a protractor to get within a grid of 250 meters of the actual location. C. Determines the direction from your position to the target plus or minus 5 degrees or 100 mils. Candidate is also getting the direction of the target using the protractor. D. Transmit a call for fire includes the element of the call for fire in sequence. 1. Observer identification, your call sign. 2. Warning order, adjust fire. 3. Target location and direction, grid. 4. Target description, example, troops in the open. 5. Method of fire and control. Example, fire when ready, at my command, time on target. At this point, the candidate will demonstrate how to properly transmit a call for fire.
Sounds good. Cougar Main, this is Cougar 7, over.
Cougar 7, this is Cougar Main, over.
I just fire, over.
Roger, I copy, adjust fire, over.
Grid, Echo Juliet, 5, 0, 2, 0, 3, power, 2, 0, break. Direction 6, 3, 0, 0 mils. Troops in the open, find when ready, over.
Cougar 7, this is Cougar Main. I copy grid, Echo, Juliet, 5, 0, 2, 0, 3, 4, 2, 0, break. Direction 6, 3, 0, 0 mils. Troops in the open, fire when ready, over.
Good copy.
After a call for fire has been transmitted, the second performance step will be perform performance measure 1 within 3 minutes of target identification. Candidate has 3 minutes to send the performance measure 1, which is formulating and transmitting the initial call for fire with the correct information. The next performance measure is determined to observer target OT factor. The OT factor is always divided by 1,000. So if it is 4,000, you would divide it by 1,000, your OT factor is 4. In this scenario, the OT factor is 1 with the distance being 1,000. The next performance measure is 4. Adjust fire onto the target using successive bracketing method. After the transmit call for fire has been sent, the FDC will then send rounds and the observer will spot each round and make adjustments as necessary. A. Spot each round when it impacts as landing over, short, right, or left of the target. B. Determine deviation corrections using OT factor. C. Transmit corrections to the FDC within 45 seconds of previous round impact. D. Continue splitting the range bracket until you split a 100-meter bracket or range correct spotting is observed. Maintaining deviation line. E. Request fire for effect. Note: candidate calls for fire for effect with no more than 6 rounds. Candidate calls each adjustment within 45 seconds from impact. Shot over.
Shut out.
Splash over.
Splash out.
At this point, the candidate will observe where the round hit and make corrections and adjustments as necessary.
Drop 400, right 20, over.
Roger, I copy. Drop 400, right 20, over. Shot over.
Shut out.
Splash over.
Splash out. Add 200, left 10, over.
Roger, I copy. Add 200, left 10, over. Shot over.
Shut out.
Splash over.
Splash out. Drop 100, over.
Roger, I copy. Drop 100. Shot over.
Shut out.
Splash over.
Splash out. Add 50, fire for effect, over.
Roger, I copy. Add 50, fire for effect, over. Shot over.
Shut out.
Splash over.
Splash out. Cougar main, this is Cougar 7. Target destroyed, end of mission, over.
Cougar 7, this is Cougar main. I copy. Target destroyed. End of mission, over. Completing step 5, observe the results of the fire for effect. A. Determine the effects of the fire for effect. B. Give a brief description of what happened to the target. Example: end of mission and target destroyed.